Father, we thank you, we give you praise, we worship you, Father. We pray as we out here on the street, Father, that you get all the glory, remove all of us, Father. Sing your sheep, that we shall live. Father, we pray that someone hears a word and right will shake. Father, we pray you increase, you increase. We give all praise, give us our travel grace back to and from our destination. And the one in Jehovah, I will come shout. Check. So we say good afternoon as always. We are the sons of Yah right here in Alabama, also brothers in Anniston and also in Talladega. So we come out to try to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, all praise. We try to wake up the nation of Israel. Why? Because we know who we are as Israelites. We know we're not niggers. We know we ain't spicks. We know we are God's people. But we got to find out how do we get in this condition, what caused us to be like this. And then not only that, what can change us from being in this position. So let's get Micah chapter 2 verse 10. And if y'all got a precept y'all want to open with, let's roll with that. Let's open up with that first. Micah chapter 2 verse 10.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse number 10.
Bring it out.
Arise ye, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
So that's all we're trying to say is wake up Israel, wake up the so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native American, so-called Cuban, Dominican, Venezuelan. We are God's people. That is who God called us to be. Let's read this. Let's get Psalms chapter 2 verse 7.
The book of Psalms chapter 2 and verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee.
This day have I begotten thee. So watch this. Okay.
Alright.
How you doing, sis? What's up, bro? How y'all doing? Hey, so what's y'all nationality? Alright, if I was to ask a Chinese man what's his nationality, my name? Chinese. China. Let's speak Chinese. So where would be y'all at? That's for real. Say, bro. Okay, black and in. So don't you know, look at your shirt, bro. Are you really black? You're not black because your shirt black. You feel? So the question is, where did we get those signs from? Like, think about this. We all, like, it looked like everybody out here got the same blood, right? But y'all gave two different names, right? We should be like, okay, I'm this. And everybody like, yeah, so it is. So we here to tell our people that y'all are Israelites. Y'all ever heard of the Israelites in the Bible? So y'all are the Israelites, God's chosen people. Don't y'all know God loved y'all more than he loved anybody on this earth? So the question should be, alright, so you said, alright, let's say African American. When God called you Judah, that you'll be from the tribe of Judah. That y'all are the true Jews of the Bible. Have y'all ever heard of that? Alright, so what would be your religion? Now I heard hers was. Okay. So we showing that our people that we are the Jews of the Bible. So where do we get Muslim from, sis?
The blood that passed over from Christ.
The blood from the Christ bearer. Okay, have y'all ever heard of the Sahara slave trade? I heard of that before. Well, Arabs had the blacks and Mexicans in slavery before the white man even got their hands on them. Y'all ever heard of that? So we here to show y'all that we don't have a religion. This Bible is not about religion. You can't find religion in the Bible. It's about a bloodline of people. So in church, we hear, hey, God loves everybody, right? We get Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So Moses telling the 12 tribes of Israel that God chose y'all to be above everybody on the face of the earth. That's why we're so special that we can box the best, we can rap the best, we can cook the best, our women look the best, our men, we have, right? But all the other nations, can you name other nations that live like that? You really can't, right? So the question is, if we're so special with God, why we get cut down by the police? Why we filling up the projects? Why we got single parent homes? Ain't this a great question? Oh, let me get it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So curses a bad thing, right? So God said these curses, if y'all don't keep my commandments that I'm telling Moses to give y'all, these curses that we're going to read out, they going to fit y'all, right? So I want y'all to tell us who this fit. Verse 16.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So no matter what city or state or country y'all go to, who cursed in every city? Pulling up the project, letting each other up, right? We cursed in the city.
Come. And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Who was cursed in the sugarcane field, the cotton field, even the rice field today? Alright? So as you can see, your spirit already bear witness that no other nation fit these curses but us right now, right? Alright. Let me get 32.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32.
Get out.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Who that happened to? In slavery, right? That's why we got white men last name too.
Slave planter.
And thine eyes shall look and fail as longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no light in thine hand.
So God said, hey, I'm going to give your children into another people, and you're going to be longing for your children, but they're going to be giving it, you're not going to have no light in your hand. I ain't going to hold y'all. I got y'all. Verse 30.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Y'all familiar with slavery? The master comes get the wife, and so he got his business man with your wife, right?
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
We the ones built up America and all these places, but we're not the ones standing in it, right? We're not standing in the White House. We built it, though, right?
Thou shalt plant.
That's why we go by Rome. Caesar was a president.
They know something.
I know.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
So we'll be planting cotton fields, but we the ones, we ain't got the cotton gin, right? Alright, let me get verse 37.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Now, astonishment is like, wow. So don't the other nations look at us like, wow, look how they kill each other. Wow, look at how much time you got in prison, right?
A proverb.
A proverb is a wise saying. An elevator can raise kids, but a black man can't. Or black people love watermelon. Black people love chicken. That's a wise saying that we known for.
And a byword.
What is black Indian?
And a byword.
What is Muslim?
And a byword.
What is black African American?
And a byword.
So these are words God never called us. You know what I'm saying?
Among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
So no matter where we go to China, they still call us a nigga. Still gonna have these proverbs and bywords on us.
Right.
Alright, verse 43.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So remember, God said, hey, y'all my holy people, I told y'all above everybody. But if we don't keep these commandments, the strangers, wherever he take us to, they're going to get above us very high, and we're going to come down low. That's why we're in the project, and an Arab man running the store, and the so-called African people running the store, the Chinese people coming over here running the store, right?
Verse 44. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So all these other nations, the head, and they lend to us, but we can't lend to them. Why not? Because we ain't got them, right? But he said he shall be the head, and we shall be the tail. What comes out by the animal tail? We get the shit in of the stick, right?
45. Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Okay, so so we read it, lead it over to the next verse. So we read these curses and your spirit bearing witness, right? But let's see what are these curses for?
Deuteronomy 28 verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So these curses we read now, God chose the people for a sign, for a wonder. So think about this. How I know that's a church? I see the sign on it, right? So God said, how you going to find my people in the last days? These curses going to be on them. But think about this, brother. The Chinese man ain't going to read this book and be like, oh, that fit me. The white man ain't going to say, oh, that fit me. It's only you, right? Hey, y'all give us a second. 1 second, brother, for the Lord. You ain't got time for the Lord, brother? Okay. So, we're going to get to the point with y'all, though. I know y'all got time for y'all ain't. 47.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God says, if y'all don't want to serve me for everything, y'all going to serve y'all enemies. So let's see who the enemies is, bro.
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
Who simple?
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
So the white man ain't just coming in his head like, ain't going to go against them and stuff. Who simple?
Which the Lord shall sin against thee in hunger.
So when you're hungry, who you get your food from? What nation of people?
And in thirst.
What about some grain?
And in nakedness.
What about the cold? We going through these other nations, right? But God calling them what? Enemies, right?
And in want of all things.
So you want a new job?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So this enemy that God was going to send, he's going to put a yoke of iron on your neck until you've been destroyed. So think about it. If he said until, that ain't forever, right? It's going to be a time he's going to take it off. So if I got a dog and I got him on a leash, and every time he's trying to go on the road, I pull him back, I can take it off one day because he's going to be trained, right? So that's us right now. We destroy it. So he took the yoke off our neck, but now we so destroyed we call ourselves Black African American. We killing each other, making music about our women, degrading our women, right? We destroy it. So we can get to the point with y'all. 54.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
So think about this. If you got a package coming in the mail and they say handle it delicate and tender, that means they got glass in it, so you hold it tender, right? That's how we treat each other back then. But Wesley saw his eye be
evil toward his brother.
So we kill each other over the streets, like crayon colors. I'm killing you because you're wearing blue. I'm killing you because you stay on the next street. We have an evil eye towards each other. Black on black crime.
And toward his wife, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So who knows for leaving their children? So think about this, brother. We read curses on the Israelites. Ain't black folks. So who would you be according to the Bible right now, so far? An Israelite. You're right, brother. You're right, brother. So we're going to get to the end of this. Kings and queens, brother. Verse 68. So how did we get to America?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So what was the Israelites doing in Egypt the first time when God sent Moses to go get them? They were slaves in Egypt. So when the Israelites heard Egypt again, they were like, hold on, that's slavery because we was in slavery the last time. So how were we going to slavery?
With ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So we should see our homeland again. So if I was to ask y'all where y'all homeland, y'all probably give me two different answers again. One of y'all probably say Africa, right? Somebody probably, what you say, sis? Egypt, okay, that's Africa.
Get it. Galatians 4:26.
America, okay. But we could be there. We could be from here if we was brought here by ship. You understand? So when we are here really showing that our heritage isn't
Galatians 4:26.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse number 26.
Bring it out.
We were called Africa was the homeland, or the motherland.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Bring it out.
But Jerusalem, which is above all, is free, which is the mother of us all.
So Jerusalem is where we from. Yeah, that's where all mankind started, in Jerusalem, which is Africa, but they split it up. Now newer times say the Middle East. There was no such thing as a Middle East. All right, so he shall bring us this ship. So what happened when we got off the ship, bro?
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
Who are we sold to, bro? But God said, which nation people are we sold to? Who are we sold to? White man, right? The Arab man, the Chinese man. But God never called a white man or Chinese man. He called them enemies.
For bondmen and bondwomen,
Slave men and slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
And buy is an old English word which means redeemed. So that was the last curse in the Bible on the children of Israel, bro. So your spirit bear witness that, hey, you are an Israelite. So the question is now, okay, I know I'm an Israelite, right? I know God told the people. Why? How can I get out this predicament? Or how can we get out this predicament, right? Somebody let me get Zephaniah 1 and 2.
Come on.
Come on.
Y'all got a few minutes? Y'all got a few minutes for the Lord? She said, I'm letting my window up.
It might be Zechariah. You already know. I want to get the number 12, 10, 10.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse number 1.
Bring it out.
I lifted up mine eyes.
Zephaniah chapter 2.
Gather yourself together.
This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
So God said, black Mexicans and Indians, gather together. Y'all the nation that's not desired. Think about it. Everybody want to dress like us and talk like us, but nobody want to live like us, right? So that's the only thing that tells apart is us not being together. We gang banging on each other, right? Killing each other, selling dope to each other. We the only nation that do that. So let me get 12 and 10.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
And now you know you're Israelite, brother.
What the Lord?
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So now you like, hey, now I know I'm an Israelite. According to what we just read, now what does God want from me, right? Hey, that's a great question, brother.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Verse 13, to keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
So that's all God wants from us now. Is we realize that we Israelites, now let's keep his commandments. So you know some commandments, brother, how many is it? 10. So this is a big book, right? So you think that's a great question, a great answer, brother, but this is a big book. You got to know what the Lord said is more than 10 things that we can't do. You know what I'm saying? So let's give him a cut, bro. Matter of fact, I want to touch on this right quick. Deuteronomy 4 and 28. So remember, we were brought into religion.
Yes.
The book of Deuteronomy, 4 verse number 28.
Bring it out.
And there ye shall serve God, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
So God said, when you get to your land where I scatter you at, you're going to serve other gods, wood and stone. So think about this. What's in the church that we use as idolatry? A big cross, right? Made out of wood. But when we was in slavery, didn't they burn that same cross in our yard? So something got to be out with that, right? So if our people say we're not Christian, what are we going to say? Oh, I'm a Muslim, right? What does Muslims do? They worship a stone, a cobblestone, bro. They go down, they're supposed to go to Mecca once a year and bow down to a cobblestone. So when we show that these religions are man-made, God never gave us religion, He only gave us commandments to keep, which is our heritage. Like, for example, if I ask the Chinese man, like I was asking y'all, what's his nationality? He'll say, I'm from China. I speak Chinese. My forefathers eat with chopsticks, right? We praise the Buddha. He'll know the history and how they dress and how they live. But when I'm asking our people, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? No. No. But that's religion again, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's religion. Like, so if you was to learn these things, you're like, man, you know what it is, right? He probably wouldn't tell you that. You probably like, man, we ain't the Israelite. We Gentiles. But we the Israelites, brother. We God chosen people. I got something. You got something else?
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The ox knows his owner,
Now, the ox is a dumb animal.
and the ass his master's friend. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
So God said the ox and the dumbass, He know who He is. But Israel, we don't know who we are today. We don't even consider it. Like, you know, like, well, prior to now, you would just call yourself a what? Black Indian? But you never consider, like, how can I have a prayer color? And the word Indian means savage. You see what I'm saying, brother? So I got one more question, if y'all got time. Only if y'all got time. Who is this? That's the white Jesus. So what does he look like? So Jesus has blonde hair and blue eyes. What does the real one look like, bro? Okay, all praises, brother. Okay. All praises. So this is Caesar Borgia. And the white man used the most wickedest man you can think of to play Jesus. He had sex with his sister. He murdered his brother. And he was a homosexual. Think about how evil you got to be to make this man Jesus Christ. To make our people worship him. So coming along with this, you know what came along with this, brother? Self-hatred. So I would look at you and be like, man, I said this nigga some pills, but when the white man come, I'm showing him more respect, right? Okay. Now the sister, I know she got some beautiful black hair on her head, right? But, hey, our sister, hey, I'd rather have blonde hair. I'd rather have the blue eyes. Hate ourselves. But we're the most beautiful people in the world. We're rich with melanin. We can do any kind of hairstyle with our hair. But the white man can only comb it and put a rubber band on it. You hear me? So y'all got some questions? Alright, so before y'all leave, what's y'all nationality? All praise.
You too, sister?
The Israelite too, sister?
All
So
praise.
look, when somebody asks y'all, hey, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. I am a Jew. I'm from the same bloodline Jesus Christ came from. Well, Muslim only means to submit with God. Which means that's not a heritage. That's not a bloodline. So you would be a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. No, you'll be a Hebrew Israelite, and Israelite is a bloodline.
Is your father black? And from America? Then again, you will be an Israelite.
Now watch this. Listen to this. This from Babylon to Timbuktu. The birth of Islam. At the time of the birth of Muhammad, what were the international events or conditions operating?
That's the question. We just read we was in slavery, right? So it asks the question, what were the conditions at the time that Muhammad became an international religion?
The question is necessary for comprehension of the rapid emergency of the Mohammedan Empire.
So now we got to ask questions. Okay, we know we were Israelites, so where did Muhammad come from? So this is necessary to ask. Read.
The Roman Empire, at the birth of Muhammad, was divided into two parts. The Western Empire, with the capital at Rome, and the Byzantine Empire, with the capital at Constantinople. When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun.
They were doing what?
Worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols.
So God tells us to only worship who? Him. But read from the top right there
When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols.
Watch this. What is it? I'm a jealous God. Yeah, you go.
The Arabs possessed 360 idols, one for each day of the year.
So don't we serve God every day? So why would we follow what they did, putting an idol in the place of worshiping God? Someone? You mean, watch this, right here.
After Muhammad became a camel driver, he traveled to remote and intriguing lands. He led his caravans to Persia, Syria, and Egypt. And Egypt.
Where was we at? Read.
Transacting business with merchants of every kind.
Wait, that means he was selling things. You know what I'm saying? So it's telling us the historical account of when we break God's laws, what happens to us.
On his business trip, he met Jews, Christians, and members of the